Good morning, everyone. It's Emily here from Phoenix Gateway and bringing you the weekly reading. Today is the 20th of August, already getting closer to spring for us here in Australia, and looking forward to it actually because our weather's been quite cool down in Melbourne. And just wanted to talk a little bit first on the weekend that I've just had, and I had an amazing cacao ceremony immersion down in close to Daylesford, actually, in Victoria. Absolutely stunning. And it was really cold down there. It was snowing yesterday, which was really beautiful to see as well. But the experience that we had sitting in ceremony, which was done with Renee from Raw Key Flow, was so humbling, and it was so heartfelt. And cacao is all about the heart and heart immersion and the experiences then that it brings up. And of course, it's going to be different from everyone, but what I absolutely love is when we go into ceremony or we go to sit in a workshop, retreat, immersion, whatever it is you're doing, or whatever you want to call it, is how the people that you find, the souls that gather around, have such similar experiences, but maybe that's the wrong word. It's not so much, the experiences that we end up having, but how we have these particular experiences is going to be different for each of us, to how we experience the pain, the trauma, whatever it may be that the experience has brought up for you. But each one of us in this particular group, and what astounded me was the age of some of the souls in the group, as young as 20. And if I knew what they knew at that age, oh God, I think life would be very different for me even now as I get closer to 50. But I take my hat off to these younger generation as well, because the conscious awakening that they're going through at the moment is astonishing, and it is happening faster and faster, which it is happening for us all at a faster rate anyway. And as I made comment on the weekend, that our true existence for being here in this physical reality at this time in which we all chose to come to, which is why we're here, is to learn from our life experience. And the heartfelt truths that were coming out, the mirroring that each one of us were experiencing, was absolutely amazing. And what is just so beautiful is to know that you're not alone. You are never alone. And within you are okay. And it is these life experiences that we have that meld us into the awesomeness that we are now, from where we have been to who we are becoming. And I know for me in particular that I honour every one of my life experiences, and honestly I wouldn't change it, because if I changed it, then I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be bringing through the work I'm doing today. I wouldn't have the same understanding that I do today if I hadn't experienced what I did. And just being able to sit with these people and immerse with them in all this energy and this love was amazing. And what a beautiful place that we did it in as well, because nature, just the nature around there spoke absolute volumes. The energy around there was just amazingly beautiful and very intense. So This morning, I have to say, I have woken up. I'm still feeling the cacao now, and as Renee says, you know, you can still feel the cacao for a good week, maybe after the actual experience, and that is all good. And I'm honouring what is coming up, and it is something that comes up for me quite often, so it's still there for me to work through. So I get it. I actually made myself a beautiful juice this morning, and it's one of those things that I've been telling myself I'm going to do a little bit more for myself now, is to do the juicing and looking after myself better. And what I did is I actually put in one of my vibrational essences. So I do have a collection of vibrational medicines that I have created, and the one that I used this morning is called Munai Ki, which is Quechua for I love you, because that is what I'm needing right now. So, otherwise, I hope everyone else has had an amazing weekend and did something beautiful for themselves. This week, I feel energetically, it's just about probably still, you know, where it's the introspection, so it's going within, and I just feel that it's about being in the present, being in the now, and still, you know, working through whatever might be coming up for you. I think for many of us, a lot of new beginnings, new concepts, the new ideas are coming through in terms of what it is that we want to bring through and what we want to create. And I know in particular for me, this is true. I am in the process of creating a beautiful program that I want to bring through, and that will definitely be within the next 6 months, and I can't wait to share it. I've already created another template which is all about this program that I'm creating, so again, can't wait to share that. So let's just get on to this reading and see what comes through. First card, Merkaba healing. Yep, absolutely, I was thinking that card this morning. Second card is Metatron's Cube. And third card, okay, Ancient Sound Frequencies. I'm just going to stick with the 3 cards today. Really high vibrational frequencies within these cards in what I'm feeling and getting. And firstly is the Merkaba. And when we're working with the Merkaba, we are working on ascension, on all levels of our being. It's reactivating this divine geometry within ourselves and working with it. The Merkaba actually translates to chariot from the Hebrew language, and not only is it our chariot, it is the ascension vehicle, but it's also there to help us on healing on all levels of our being. So if you haven't been feeling so well this week, take time for you, work with this beautiful geometry. And as I've said, as I say quite often and remind people, is geometry stores memory. So the memory that is held within these shapes is phenomenal, and it's really being brought into focus by Metatron's Cube. And Metatron's Cube is saying that within this particular geometry is the Akashic records. It is the all ancient wisdoms, all ancient knowings which are sitting within. So this particular shape sits very deep within our perineal area. The Merkaba itself is part of the egg of life, and the egg of life happens, it's the next set of rotations after the Genesis pattern or the seed. And the particular egg of life sits, as I said, down in the perineal area, and see only 8 cells in 3 dimensions, 13 cells in 2 dimensions that are with us from the time we are conceived to the time that we die. They are the only cells that never die. And within the egg of life sits this absolutely stunning geometry, which is the merkaba, the two tetrahedrons that sit perfectly together. And look, there is so much geometry that goes with it. It's not enough time to even talk about it right now. But know that the wisdoms, the knowledge sits within, and yes, we can access it working with Metatron's cube as well. So this week, it seems that the energies are really of a higher vibration, and it's about what we can start accessing. It's probably about us being able to connect more fully into source, whether it's through mindfulness, meditation, crystals, bowls, solfeggio frequencies, which is really interesting because, as I say that, the third card to come through is the ancient sound frequencies. And this is all about the solfeggio frequencies. It's you're working with the numerology as well of the 3, 6, and 9. And Nikola Tesla said, if you want the answers to the universe, think in terms of the 3 and the 6 and the 9, because all the answers that we need work within numerology. And it really is, our world is built on the art of number. It really is. And that we can see through the beautiful patterns that are around us, from the seen to the unseen. So this week, it is all about the high frequencies. We can access it by working with these particular shapes. So I highly recommend working with the merkaba. It also may be there just saying that if you are mentally or physically exhausted, or you have had some illness, it's about just taking time for you, and you can work with it this way. It's also our ascension vehicle, and it is there for us to work with on the higher level, the higher planes, the higher aspects, and knowing that everything that we need to access is actually already in us, within our deep cellular layers. And the information is in there within that DNA that lie within. We can work with the sounds, the frequencies. It's about, being mindful, keeping yourself balanced and well, however it is that you do that. And like I said earlier, I've been telling myself I'm going to start juicing, because it really is about looking after our temple. So if, also that you are feeling maybe a little bit out of sorts, the solfeggio frequencies are easily accessible on YouTube or through the internet somehow. You will find them. I really highly recommend that you take that time and you can listen to them. But as you're working with these, you can also attune to the higher frequencies and work with spirits. So wherever you are in the world this week, have a wonderful week ahead and take care of you. There may be that little bit of introspection what you're working through, just taking that quiet time for you, going into meditation, mindfulness, whatever it may be, to connect more into source, and to bring through whatever wisdoms and knowledge that need to come through, and for you to reactivate that lie deep within our cellular memory anyway. So have an awesome week. Speak to you later.